Welcome back, playoff people. Sorry for the delay in getting this uploaded, but we all know that the regular season is over. Half these teams are out. I got my daughter here with me, so we're not even going to waste any time on those fucking losers. We're just going to look ahead to the round of playoff action we've got coming up. But here, let's take a look back and see how we got these matchups. I put up big points and take the final weekly $50. Feels fucking good. Moylan didn't even manage to make me break a sweat here, and he tragically falls just 14 points shy of getting out of that bottom spot after a poor week by Campbell. Reports from Michigan say his wife is excited to light his ass up. Now, my win here makes the berth for McGarty impossible, as well as Shoeboy. They needed things to happen. I was the loss that they needed to happen, so all other scenarios go out the window. So we're not even going to waste a little bit of breath on those motherfuckers.
Oh, what was I laughing at now?
Oh yes, those shit fantasy teams. Next we got Ryan, who keeps a hold of that number 1 seed and the bye in this battle for playoff seeding. We may see this matchup again in the semifinal round, something the defending champion would certainly welcome, seeing as he is 2-0 versus Dridge this year. Lucky win. This one here ends up not deciding anything because of Ryan's win, which is a shame since it was pretty much a miracle that Tyler Lockett put up 0 on Monday Night Football when all Breen needed was 4 points out of him. And finally, on to what was basically our very first playoff play-in game, sudden death. It's to decide who was the suck bag conference champion. Lots of points left on the bench here by both sides, but Greg shoots himself in the foot one last time to close his season on a 6-game losing streak. And now, before we go ahead into the look ahead for our playoff matchups, we'll send you over to our sponsors.
You know the music. You know the voice.
Perhaps you may be able to help solve a mystery.
You know the fear. In the history of television, few programs have been so shocking,
I said, please don't shoot him. And the man just shot him anyway.
so fascinating,
I thought, well, I've got to see what this is.
or so compelling
I saw a little girl jumping on the end of my bed.
as unsolved mysteries.
Stories that defy our imagination.
Join us next week and hear all about the story of the strange disappearance of Greg's fantasy football team, as well as the story of a man in Michigan who was murdered by his wife with a paintball gun. All this and more next week on Unsolved Mysteries. Alright fellas, no more power rankings, no more standings. We're in do or die time. Win or go home. Survive in advance. You've heard the fucking tropes. Let's look at the matchups. First off, we got Dridge versus Breen. Okay, this one is gonna be a contentious matchup. You gotta imagine Breen's gonna be going with Deshaun Watson. Daniel Jones is probably not playing here. It looks like they're gonna go with Eli Manning. But Dridge has Lamar Jackson. I give the nod and quarterbacks to Dridge. He's the Patrick Mahomes of this year. He's gonna be carrying him through these playoffs if he goes anywhere. Next, we got myself versus Dave, the huge rivalry matchup. Dave took the win earlier in the year during when we played, but this time around it's going to be Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers. Dak has been solid all year long. Elena agrees. But Aaron Rodgers, up and down, iffy. Great matchup against Washington to do something where Dak has the Chicago matchup. I'm going to give the nod to Aaron Rodgers in this matchup. DeAndre Hopkins or Michael Thomas, nod to Dave. DeAndre's been good, but not as good as he should have been. Michael Thomas is playing out of this world. Allen Robinson versus DJ Shark Jr. I'm going to give it to Allen Robinson, Kittle, or Zach Ertz. Two of the better tight ends in the league. This one's going to be a good matchup to watch individually. I'm going to give the nod to Kittle. If he's healthy, he could put up huge numbers, and I just like him because he's on my team, and I named my team after him. DK Metcalf or Devonta Freeman. These could change. We take a peek down at the bench here for both teams. T.Y. Hilton going to be in it? Is A.J. Green ever going to play football? Who knows? Jordan Howard, I could get him back. I'm going to go ahead and give him a nod to myself here on the flex, and I think I'm going to come away with the win because the Patriots defense here is not putting up 25 points a week as they did in the beginning of the season to carry Dave to this 10-3 record. And with that all said, I think we'll see a very intriguing semifinal after this week. And I think that this week's action is going to be close and high scoring. So everybody, hold on to your asses, and as always, go fuck yourselves.